Welcome to Hoovie's Garage, the dumbest automotive channel in all of YouTube, and this is pretty unbelievable. It's a 1923 Packard 126 Doctor's Coupe, and it just showed up in my garage from California, and I was completely blown away by the condition because, yes, it is a little rough around the edges, as you can see, but this is the original 102-year-old paint for the most part. And interior. This car has never been apart, never been restored as far as I can tell, and I stumbled onto it completely by accident. My friend Euro-Asian Bob, he's always looking for good deals, and came across a collection from someone who had recently passed away. Their estate was selling almost 90 cars. It was in a facility in California where they were paying huge money on rent every month to store these cars, and they were trying to unload them all very quickly. He sent over the list to me. He was interested in a few French cars because he's a glutton for punishment, which in a little bit I'll show you how much punishment he went through when he took delivery of those two Frenchy cars. But this Packard, well, I saw it on the list. It was the oldest car and thought, well, it'd be fun to play with a 100-year-old car, not really knowing much about it. We got a few fuzzy photos. They said it ran and drove up until a couple of years ago when the owner got sick, and it was just parked in a garage. So it came from that garage to this garage, and I spent hours poring over it because I could not believe my eyes how original this car is and how good it seems. It feels like it would just start right up right now with a few small exceptions, but I am going to try and get it running today right here myself, so this is going to be quite an adventure. So the Packard Motor Company was founded in 1899, and it was part of the 3 P's of luxury of the period. So you had Packard, you had Peerless, and you had Pierce Arrow, but those other 2 P's did not survive the Great Depression because they didn't build affordable cars for the upper middle class in the Great Depression. Those cars, like the Duesenberg as well, were $10,000 plus, or like $200,000 in today's money. And Packard did build some expensive cars, but they also built affordable ones like this. They had the Twin 6, which was the V12 engine, the 8s, and then the 6s right here. 126 designates the wheelbase, 126 inches, and it is a doctor's coupe, as they call this configuration, because it was very popular among doctors back when they were making house calls. They had a coupe for all weather conditions. You go inside, you have this jump seat that folds down, and if you needed to haul a patient, well, sort of works as an ambulance. But Packard's very famous slogan back in the day was "Ask the man who owns one," because the owners of the cars were the best evangelists for them because they were such great quality, such amazing driving cars. And you can see here on the radiator cap, that's what it says right here. Ask the man who owns one. So yeah, very easy to look inside and see. It is nice green, not too rusty coolant. And yeah, there's a thermostat in there to make sure you're not overheating. So we're good there on this radiator, which has this very old honeycomb look. And like I said, I believe this is an original paint survivor. There's been some touch-ups here and there, some hastily done ones, but I believe this all happened a really long time ago when it was first starting to chip, and then they sort of gave up as it went full patina. But it is just unbelievable, the condition of it. It's actually sort of the same spec as my Bugatti Veyron. It has a blue on top and then black on the fenders, and well, obviously a lot of patina on this one, but they are only original ones. So yep, wooden wheels, very old tires, but they seem to be holding air. And yeah, you go around, it is overall in really, really nice shape. One thing that just blows my mind is this spare tire on the back is a very, very old spare that was used up, like it was a bald tire, and then it was put on there just as an old spare, and it is petrified. It is rock hard. So when Euro-Asian Bob had the cars delivered, I wasn't in town. I was filming Car Trek, and he had his 2 Citroens come off the truck, but this one first. And one wouldn't start. He was able to jump it off with the battery, and unfortunately, it was in drive, so you see the footage. They try to hold the car back, but it keeps rolling, crashes into the other Citroen, and then rolls into the back of the Packard. There's another clip that's black and white. I have new cameras in the garage. They weren't all configured yet, so this one's black and white, but it has audio, so you can hear the crash noises. But thankfully, it just hit the spare tire and, well, it took a chunk out of the bottom of it, but otherwise it's fine. So you have the fuel tank back here, which is not very safe. You get rear-ended and you just hit a fuel tank and explode. And the big downside to me just putting in a battery and starting this thing is the smell of the fuel. Working at Barrett-Jackson is certainly a dream job, and thanks to all the talented people that I work with, it is a lot less chaotic than it should be. In addition to over 600 cars crossing the block selling no reserve, it's also a huge event like a lifestyle party going on at the same time. And then on top of all that, there's almost 20 hours of live TV happening for the History Channel. By the end of all that organized chaos, I'm exhausted, but since everything is well handled by an incredible group of professionals, it's always an absolute blast, and I can't wait to go back. Now, when it comes to selling my traditional merch, the chaos is very well controlled as well, because I've been partnering with the talented people at ShipStation for years now, the sponsor of today's video. What I love about ShipStation is their automations on an easy-to-use dashboard allow you to smoothly print shipping labels at the click of a button. Life in general can be chaotic, but if you're in charge of order fulfillment for an e-commerce business, you know it's its own special kind of chaos, but with ShipStation, you can count on your day-to-day remaining calm. Save hours and money every month by shipping from all your stores with one login, automating repetitive tasks, and finding the best rates among all global carriers. You can focus on other parts of your business because you never have to worry about shipping and fulfillment ever again with ShipStation. ShipStation grows with your business no matter how big it gets. It's the fastest, most affordable way to ship products to your customers. Now, discounts are up to 88% off UPS, DHL Express, and USPS rates, and up to 90% off FedEx rates. Over 130,000 companies have grown their e-commerce business with ShipStation, and 98% of the companies that stick with ShipStation for a year become customers for life. Calm the chaos of order fulfillment with the shipping software that delivers. Switch to ShipStation today. Go to shipstation.com/Hoovies to sign up for your free trial. That's shipstation.com/Hoovies. I mean, it doesn't reek. It's not that bad. And yeah, last registered in 2022. So the previous owner kept it registered. Boy, that's a long way to go to tighten down this gas cap. I'm thinking about draining it before I start it, but maybe it doesn't smell that bad. There is a nice easy drain plug right here though to do it. Going around the horn, and these were mass produced. They weren't like custom coachwork vehicles. So you have a mixture of wood and metal. A lot of wood in the floor though, the roof. Yeah, amazing that this is all held up so well. And with this doctor's coupe configuration, yeah, you sort of have a lounge back here, and a pretty nice place to be if you're sick or dying or whatever. People didn't have ambulances or go to ER, so the doctor would come visit and check you out and see if you needed surgery or whatever. But look at this beautiful steering wheel right here, just absolutely stunning. The gauges, once again, a lot of gauges, but pretty simple. It has the speedo, 46,000, probably original miles, oil pressure, amp meter, and it came with no key, but thankfully it's in the on position, I believe, because I can turn the ignition on and the lights on, so that would probably be locked if it didn't have a key in it, I think. And look at this ancient sales plaque right here, pretty unbelievable. And then a little wipe off for the oil change reset when you come in at the next few miles. And there's some interesting instructions here where it says if the starter cuts in while the motor is running, you remove this cap, you pull it out, and then start the motor by removing the cap. So like a little safety device right there. So really neat as far as the preservation of this car. I just can't believe it. The only thing that I'm thinking may not be original is this door panel, because the material is a little different from this panel, but it does match the seats really well, so I wonder what they were matched up to. But the rest of the car, it's all one single color, so maybe one door panel got torn up. But you look in the back, and this is where I found a treasure trove. So you have the tools like a hand crank to start it without the starter. Thankfully it has a starter, and I'm not sure if this one gets the wheels off. There's a lot of things that I don't know about this. There's also an extra ignition coil, and this one says this coil bad. But inside of this folder, it was really fascinating because there's registrations going all the way back to the 1970s. Yeah, I found an absolute treasure trove in here of old registrations, including the original temporary tag from 1974 in California. So the previous owner had this thing for over 50 years. It's probably one of the first cars in his collection. He kept it all this time. In that list, there were several Packards, but I thought the oldest one was cool. A lot of other things in here, like old rally map directions from Packard rallies in the 90s and 2000s, the front license plate, the California blue plate, and yeah, just a lot of old registration, paperwork, a few receipts, that kind of stuff. Just wild. So as far as starting it, I mean, the fuel, it's been a couple of years. I'm not sure if I should do it, but everything looks like it was just ran recently. So you have this crazy contraption that is the fuel pump that is actually run on engine vacuum. So there's a line going down here around into the intake that gives suction to suck up the fuel from the tank. You can see if it's working thanks to this clear little glass here going in there and then down through this copper, which it has an open and close valve right here, into the carburetor. So the intake and the exhaust are on the same side. Looks like a big beefy starter down there. The ignition, spark plugs. The car didn't show up with a battery, so I did get a battery for it that we can put in right here. But interestingly, there's like old Diet Coke bottles. I wonder if this was in there just to keep the battery from moving around if it's smaller, the newer batteries nowadays. But yeah, wood floor here. That's all you got between you and the ground. Pretty nuts there. Of course, since this is the original Survivor, he's very leaky, but man, they're only original once. It's just absolutely unreal. So if you look at the other side, you can see some other cool stuff with the 6-cylinder engine. Down here, the big beefy steering gearbox. I mean, you have the advance and retard of the ignition, which is pretty cool. You can see it spinning around to change the ignition timing right there with that lever. Everything looks like it's here. So I mean, why not put a battery in it and see what happens, huh? Let's see if there's life here. Get some Diet Coke bottles out of the way. And in we go. Oh. Little 6-volt battery. Alright. I assume that's negative, yep. Okay. Are we gonna get in there? Okay. How did I guess? God damn it. Fuck. Let's not short this car out before we get started. I guess easy way to test if I have battery power is if we have lights, huh? Would there be light? Oh! Okay. So that's a good start. We have battery. Let's try the old Bosch windshield wiper up here. Oh yeah. So that's good. Now let's make sure, I guess we're out of gear. I have the ignition off. Let's just see if it turns over. That'll be a big deal. I have the clutch in. Why is it moving? So the clutch was stuck, but now it's unstuck. Oh no. Well, thought we were neutral. There we go. Okay. So all that's left now is to turn on the ignition and see if it goes. Which I'm probably put some fresh gas in it just because this would be way too easy. Way too easy. If I had to do it with those modern vented jerry cans that just get fuel everywhere and air bubbles, it's just a pain in the butt. I have gas everywhere. These old race fillers work great, especially around the spare tire. Okay, that's about 4 gallons. Surely it's not this easy. I can turn the ignition on. Okay. And then I assume we want it in retard, right? Yes? Okay. Let's see what happens. Choke? Pull? Yeah. Okay, that's out. Choke is out. starting fluid in there and see if we have spark. But we have oil pressure, so that's good. So, is that the intake? Yep. Okay. Oh, that's cool. There's my dome light. Or I guess my instrument light. So we gotta see if we have spark, huh? Those are interesting wires. Huh. Okay. Let's see. Can you leave it a little loose and see if it does a thing? Why don't you touch it, Jake? See.
Yeah, right.
Nothing?
Doesn't appear to be.
Does that?
Yes.
There is?
Yeah.
Okay, so they got a little kill switch right here. Whoa. Okay, so there's spark. A little more starting fluid, huh? That wasn't bad. The old Hoopty Pro has arrived, and we pulled spark plug.
We have
They're
spark.
okay.
Yep.
They're not wet. We didn't flood it.
The gas does not smell like gas. It smells like, I mean, it smells like water.
It smelled okay on the
It smells
tank.
a little like orange juice.
Okay.
Maybe they're just running it on pure orange juice.
All right.
But now that we have this unhooked, it's going to stop backfiring. So if you want to run it on starting fluid, we're good there. It won't be just dumping fluid out of the end of the carburetor here at the air intake.
Well, let's test that theory, huh?
Yeah, sure. I'm also very excited to see the sediment bowl now that we cleaned it out. So there was a lot of trash in there. For a second. This is coming out of the tank, isn't it? So what if we just fill this?
Oh, fill it and then...
Yeah, and see what happens. Okay. Very gentle. One more. Okay, that's probably it. Ah, delicious. It'll run. If it'll suck this up, it'll run.
Okay, well, happy engine,
Yeah.
but not a happy carburetor, even with some nice fuel in it, so...
We're back to the Sunny D already because it ran for a long time. It was very successful that last run. I guess we'll pull this carburetor off here and see what needs done. It probably just needs a quick cleaning. Here's this.
It's a 23.
Weird. On none of these dates.
It's just when the patents
Oh,
were
it
on
is
the...
the patents.
Yes, so the carburetor's coming out to get cleaned, and we'll pick this up days, weeks, months later. Who knows?
If we're gonna clean this all up, it could definitely be a month later.
It's only been about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
About 2 weeks growth in your hair there, right?
That checks out.
Yeah, the carburetor is very, very cleaned up now. Very nice, but John Ross has concerns. So there's a big YouTube video on his channel where he did 30 minutes long of him taking it apart, cleaning this thing, put it back together. But someone's been messing with this before, huh?
Yeah, I did a full ASMR teardown of this thing in case anyone needs to know where the parts are located on theirs. You know, it's an easy way to put it back together. Just watch the video, play the video backwards. But this one may have some wear in it. I'm a little concerned about an O-ring that might be, not an O-ring, but it was like a fiber washer that doesn't exist. It wasn't there when we took this one apart. It might exist in real life. So that might change our seat height in there for this needle. So I'm a little concerned about that. And there also was no gasket on the intake side. But we have all the other gaskets. We've made them. They're all brand new today. That one's new, that one's new, that one's new. And a brand new crush washer I just went and bothered the car ninja for. So he might be sending you a bill. I don't know what's going on there.
Okay. But we still need an intake gasket. And then the fuel has been completely drained out of this thing. And we put air on it. It just blasted it all out. So we're starting from scratch on the fuel. And the good news is when we drained the tank, nothing like big chunks of rust or anything nasty really came out. It's just old fuel. So
yeah, yellow fuel came out. And what's in there now?
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. So there is some more good news. So John Ross did this video where he made the gaskets himself. There are rebuild kits with everything you need. There's also a rebuilt carburetor on eBay for, what was it, $600 or whatever?
600. Maybe the last other one you could ever find, I think.
So there's alternatives. But this is sort of our last chance for this video for getting it running and driving. So let's hope. I mean, obviously she fired off on starting fluid, but
yeah, I think we've got a good chance. And we also just made you a new gasket for your sediment bowl as well.
Yes.
So that's nice and fresh. Let's start putting it back together.
What I should have done originally, drain out and all fresh fuel. There we go. Come on.
We almost got enough fuel.
Ooh, okay, all right.
We need a bit more.
Bit more. Hey!
Yeah!
Yes! So I just dialed it back a little bit, the ignition timing. Boom!
Yep.
Yeah!
And we also knew we had gas. We found out we had gas because my gasket leaked. So I think that was usually a rubber piece. Not an O-ring, but a rubber piece. I'll make a new one.
That's an easy fix.
Easy.
It runs great.
It's amazing.
And look at the way
Yes.
it's drawing air.
Yep.
Wow.
That is a cool fuel pump.
That is really neat.
Yeah. I think you need to go drive it. It's not going to hurt anything.
There you go. Great oil pressure, great amps. I can't believe it.
I brought just in case water.
Oh, for fire?
For fire purposes.
Okay, here, you can put the floor in for
Oh,
you.
the floor.
Yeah, there you go.
Incredible.
Okay.
All right.
So oh, find a gear. Come on, let's find a gear.
We're unsynchronized, huh?
Very much.
Oh, the clutch is stuck, isn't it?
The clutch has been stuck before. Yeah, all right. Yeah, the clutch has been stuck before.
Let's turn you first.
Yeah, I can.
If the clutch disc is frozen on there, put it in first and start it.
Yep.
Yeah. So let's turn Tyler.
It's okay.
Just so.
I got it. If we hit the wall, we hit the wall. It's fun. Oh, it's in reverse? We don't want to hit the...
want that one.
Wow. Why is it?
Well, he's going to struggle. I'm going to push and you're starting at the same time.
So now it's not going to hit the Bugatti. We can try and start it up now with the clutch stuck and hopefully unstick it. Just driving around here. Let's see. We're driving. Yes. Come on, turn.
Woo! Here we go. We're doing a lap. How about that? All right, let's go catch these bootleggers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can't stop.
Oh, I figured you couldn't, but I brought my Tommy gun. How's it drive at least?
Drives great.
Amazing.
So how should I unstick this clutch?
I think Jake wanted you to give a stab at the brake and the clutch. I don't know. Jake, what was your plan to unstick the clutch?
So with it still in gear, push the clutch in and slam on the brakes.
Oh,
The
okay.
inertia of the car should break it loose.
Clutch in, slam on brake.
Okay.
I'm hanging on.
Maybe I should do it on pavement.
Yeah, it probably helped.
Okay. And
It did not unstick, did it? Or did it?
it did!
Yeah.
It did! Yes!
That's amazing! Alright, well, where are we going now, I guess? Oh,
We can go around the farm.
it's safe for me to jump in.
Yeah.
Woo! Man, look at that clock. That is fancy.
Yeah.
It worked, Jake!
This is incredible. Okay. I'm assuming that since reverse is up and left, it's a dog leg, so right in a second. Yep. I needed to double clutch it for sure, but that's the next gear.
We're flying. I'm scared now.
This thing drives really good.
Yeah, I bet it does.
All right, I'll try and stop it again. Just
Oh, amazing.
good brakes. Okay. This is awesome.
That's a Packard.
That's the man who owns one. It's me.
The brake mark.
Would I leave a good skid mark?
Oh, it's huge.
Yeah, I'm gonna try double clutching this time. Instead of granny shifting. Oh, yep, found it. Yeah, much better. It liked it.
It sure did.
Okay. Well, clearly some bugs to work out, but she's a happy Packard. This is so amazing. I can't believe it. Thank you so much for watching.